Have you ever used AI at your job?
Not that I'm aware of.
That's a weird way to answer that.
For instance, my husband cannot.
That's actually my dad.
Yeah, I guess you are. Yes, that's how that works.
We're a close family.
Maybe a retro
style.
boho kind of style. Yeah.
Retro what?
BOHO.
I'm just gonna assume that's a real thing. Retro boho style. This better not be great intro. We nailed it. As you know, a lot of my stuff that I deal with lately has been about Microsoft Copilot and ChatGPT and things. And we wanted to bring you on as a special guest because we think this is really full circle for you, because I think it could be safely said that you probably taught me how to use computers.
Most likely.
Most likely. And now look at you. Look how the tables have turned.
Yes.
What do you want to know about AI?
So I see you on Facebook clamoring about AI, and I feel like you are directing it at me because you're like, yeah, I'm talking to you. Mm-hmm. You need to know this if you're going to move forward in any which way in the future. Where's the time for that? Mm-hmm. How much would I need to try to dedicate?
That's a great question. So a lot of people have this roadblock thinking that if they're not a computer engineer, then how are they going to make use of AI? Do you need to learn the exact phrases to use or whatever? And no, this is actually what's called a whole category called prompt engineering, which in and of itself is kind of more technical than it needs to sound. Let me show you. For example, an everyday type of question. So if I just bring up Copilot on my Windows 11 computer here, and like for what you're saying, like how much you need to know and what the terminology to use, seriously, be as casual as you want. And even use your voice.
I'm really hungry. What should I make for dinner?
Look at that. I'm not even making you use the keyboard.
I know.
We're not doing anything. We're just speaking casually like it's a real person, and then up pops up.
I'm glad you're hungry, because I have some great suggestions for easy dinner ideas.
Glad you're hungry.
You can choose from a variety of recipes, such as easy one-pan pork tenderloin dinner with
I've heard enough. Easy one-pan pork tenderloin dinner is all that we need.
That even sounds dairy and gluten-free.
Well, we'll get to dietary restrictions. I'm glad you brought that up. Hold on, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
The next time you go to just search anything on the web, try using this level of just basic conversational language to at least get started. Because then from here, we can build up. So what were you just saying, about dietary restrictions?
So, for instance, my husband cannot.
That's actually my dad.
Yeah, I guess you are. Yes, that's how that works.
We're a close family.
So, I know how to make things dairy-free, gluten-free.
Ready?
Going out to eat is a little more difficult.
Going out to eat is a struggle. Because my husband...
Yeah, not me. It's not my problem.
Not me.
I will eat anything.
My husband has dietary restrictions. What's so different between this and a Google search or a Bing search is that you're able to let's just build this thing out. Dairy-free, gluten-free,
soy-free,
soy-free,
canola oil-free.
What are 3 restaurants within 15 miles that would have a lot of options for him?
That's fantastic.
Yeah, well, it's only fantastic if it works.
Yes.
Here we go. Brixton's Baked Potato, offering toppings that might be customized for dietary needs. Here's the address, here's the information. Waffle Love, because signature waffles that offer gluten-free options. But you should be, I like how I'm saying, but be sure to ask and make sure that about the soy and canola oil options. Black Bear Diner, soy-free, dairy-free, gluten-free, and canola-free upon request. And look, we can go here to learn more. It's telling you where it's getting its information from. So you can actually confirm what it's saying is true. 36 different websites it's aggregating information for that you would have opened these up in a tab, each of them perhaps, to find that information.
That's great.
So why don't you get my dad fed for once?
I know. He's wasting away.
He's wasting away. He's not. He's probably eating right now while watching this. So is that something that you find useful?
That would be extremely useful, especially when you do any kind of traveling too, even if it's local traveling.
Yes. I know you do a lot of work with design, like kitchen design, bathroom design, and selling products for like appliances and for housewares and all that kind of stuff. My wife, who you also know, uses this at her job, and I want to show you a way that might be useful for you, okay? Tell me about an interesting or perhaps complicated customer return scenario that you've ever had to deal with.
Well, one recent one had to do with a designed kitchen where the hood over the cooking range was not at a proper height, and it had to be adjusted because there were no suitable replacements to fit in there.
What would be needed to help solve that?
The ability to source perhaps other manufacturers that could accommodate the space.
Okay, let's try something like this. So I don't know the exact specifics of that scenario, but let's say, for example, they have this Faber, is that even how you say it? Hood installed in their kitchen. I'm gonna open up Copilot right here in the browser. And it's now able to reference this website I have open. So I'm gonna ask Copilot, hey, based on this webpage here, I have a customer who's trying to install this hood in their kitchen. It's 2 inches too tall to fit in their space. What other hoods would you recommend that are of a similar quality but will fit? Here are some possible hoods that you can recommend your customer based on this webpage. Oh, great. This one's 28 inches wide and 10.5 inches high. So it's giving me other options and it's showing me, calling out the dimensions of each one as we go through
Which
the
that's
list.
great, so you don't have to dive into the specs of each one. It's just
That's what I'm
already-
saying. Pretty cool. You gonna try this?
Yes, I will.
How could this affect like your day-to-day life at work?
That would save a lot of time and hopefully help customers be able to understand.
Yeah,
Where
it
it's
lets you
coming
show
from.
them. I'm not making it up. Here's the actual results right there. So that's all part of it, like for work. But I know you also do design work, right? Have you ever thought of using AI for digital design?
I have thought about it, but I'm still kind of not sure exactly how I would best implement it.
What's the issue? What's the concern?
Well, it does seem there is that reduction of the human element to it. I guess it would be helpful in brainstorming.
I think so too. Let's try it for brainstorming. I am a digital artist and I'm thinking about making some health and fitness designs for t-shirts and workout clothes. What are some trending topics in health and fitness right now that I could leverage? Which one should we hone in on?
Let's look at the recovery and self-care.
Okay, I really like the recovery and self-care concept. Can you create a few concept images for that category? In the, what's the style you like?
Maybe a retro
style.
boho kind of style. Yeah.
Retro what?
BOHO.
I'm just gonna assume that's a real thing. Retro boho style. I'll try to create that. Once you have the concept images, they might inspire some great ideas for health and fitness designs. And I will say
Good
these,
palettes.
yeah, these are nice palettes. These are really pretty, but I don't think they would fit well on like a t-shirt design. So let's go back to Copilot and say, but can you create a couple designs based on these that would fit well onto a t-shirt? So now it's like we're having a conversation with our design team. Okay, you tell me, when you see this, what do you think? As a creator yourself.
That's just so inspiring. It's like, okay, you can totally work with that, adjust things, but yeah, the palette's perfect.
That looking little
Yes.
coffee with teacup.
That's what we're talking about. That's the thing. As a designer too, it's like I don't have to have it be perfect.
No, in
I
fact,
can
you'd rather
adjust
it not be perfect.
Yeah.
If you want to Venmo me $5, I'll let you have this JPEG. What a fool. So what do you think?
Very good, very good.
Okay,
But,
still seems to be an issue.
my issue would be that I don't have, a
Oh,
brand new, wonderful
Surface
Windows
device?
Surface device.
Yes.
I have,
what?
just a little old school. It might be 12 years old.
Oh, you're fine.
don't
Okay,
look.
no. So that's a great point. If you open up your app store on your iPhone or your Android phone, just download or add the Copilot app. So here I have Copilot on my phone. It's a very similar interface, but it's just designed, I'll show our friends at home, for the phone. This is on your phone now. You have hold that up. You have the power of AI now to go and find gluten-free meals and deal with customer returns. What do you think? Have I earned my contract renewal of Sun for another year?
I'm sold. I'll buy you. Yeah.
This is good news for everybody, but mostly me. So yes, look, if you have any other questions, just know that once the camera stops rolling, I'm no longer available.
As always, yes. Okay.
Let's go. It's been great talking to you.
Yeah.